Hey guys, let's start with new chapter of Loyalpin Volume 2, Chapter 40, The Queen's Command. We need to talk, Lady Pilantata. Princess Padmika spoke in a low, stern voice as soon as she took her first steps onto the floor of the Bua Palace reception hall. Pilantata's heart dropped to her feet. How many years had Auntie called her by her full name like this? The last time Pilantata heard it was probably years ago when she ranked her faculties in university entrance exams. At that time, Auntie was very angry that, other than the first university, Pilantita had chosen to enter the Faculty of Arts at a famous university in Bangkok. The other universities she chose were in other provinces. Luckily, her test scores were in the first place. Otherwise, until now, Auntie might still be angry enough to avoid looking at her again. Yes, Auntie. Pilantita responded to her aunt's command in a low, broken voice. She followed up to the reading room, now converted into her own office. Auntie was already waiting on the wooden chair in the corner of the room Palantita has reserved for guests. Please take a seat, Kunpin. Princess Padmika extended her hand and invited Palantita to sit opposite her. The young woman stood still with her head bowed and looking at her feet, as if she had not heard Princess Padmika's word. I said, sit down. Princess Padmika spoke with a voice that emphasized every word. Pilantita was startled and slowly sank into the chair opposite Auntie with no strength. You're so stubborn with me these days. Don't you love? Don't you respect me anymore? Her voice sounded dull and lifeless on the surface, but Pilantita could feel the pain that her auntie hides in those words. No, no, Auntie. Pilantita raised her eyes to meet her aunt's sharp eyes, feeling guilty. There's no way I will love and respect you less. Really? Princess Padmika glanced her misty, pained eyes towards her niece, whom she had raised since she was a girl, until she grew up to be a woman who was perfect in almost every way. Really? Really, Auntie? Pilantita's big, clear brown eyes showed no sign of lying. If you love me, then why do you do this? Princess Padmika bit her lips tightly in a straight line with restraint. Why do you expect the untouchable and allow yourself to head over heels like this, Lady Pilantita? At this time, Pilantita's eyes widened to her max. Her body began to tremble. Her brain was numb, as if someone had poured boiling oil over her head. What do you mean, Auntie? The matter has reached this point. You're still going to pretend to be ignorant? Auntie's resonant voice seemed to force Pilantita's brain to turn white and pale, even more than before. At this time, the girl could only lower her head and look at the two hands pressed together on her lap. In the past, you saw me as a fool who knew nothing, right? No, Auntie. I just pretended not to know, in case you can think about it somehow. Please accept it, Pilantita. Good. Since you don't directly confess, I'll sort things out individually. Is it good or not? The first matter is that you are not modest. You aim for a higher rank person, and she's out of your league. Princess Padmika swallowed her sticky saliva, difficulty down her throat. Haven't I taught anything about this? Who are you? Who is she? Why do you put yourself on the same level as her like that? Nevertheless, I don't keep it in mind nor even remember, but I cannot control my mind to follow. Pilantita's first tears fell silently, but this time it seemed that no matter how many tears were shed, they could not resist Princess Padmika's anger and disappointment. Second matter, it's wrong that you don't stop. Feelings of love and infatuation can arise with anyone or any time. But if you can restrain yourself, the whole matter would not have gotten to this point. Pilantita wept silently. The girl squeezed her hand tightly. Her two eyes looked blank, as if her whole world has collapsed. The third matter is it's wrong to be careless and let yourself go to the point of having a deep relationship with each other. Princess Padmika's voice trailed off. Is this true? Pilantita couldn't answer this question of her auntie, but silence is the answer that is explained clearly in every story. Why did you have such courage? This time it was Princess Padmika's who had tears coming out unbearably. What did I do wrong not to teach and preach to my niece to this extent? At this point, Pelantita could not hold back. She sobbed violently, feeling highly guilty about Auntie. It's not your fault. It's my fault. I let myself go because I was crazy and obsessed. Please don't blame yourself and do not weep for your wicked niece. Why couldn't I weep, Lantita? Princess Padmika used her hand to wipe away the tears from her elegant face with a fragility and weakness that Pelantita had never seen before. Did you know how much I devoted to teaching and raising you? I wish for you to grow up most beautifully, to know right and wrong, to know thankfulness. Then why has the matter escalated to this point? The fourth matter. It was wrong for you to accept her ring and even wear it on your left ring finger, even though you knew how deep its meaning was. Princess Padmika's tears has dried up, but Pelantita's guilt was not over. The fifth matter is that it was wrong to be brave to offer her a ring. The only point that I can't accept is that I'm furious, Lady Pelantita. Auntie Pelantita rose from the chair opposite Princess Padmika to sit beside her aunt's knees, feeling very guilty. Answer me. Are you presumptuous enough to give a ring to reserve her? Aren't you? I'm sincerely sorry, Auntie. Please forgive me. Pelantita reached her hands out to touch Princess Padmika's feet before sobbing until she was shaking. I just foolishly thought that if I give a ring to reserve, Princess Anil might belong to me one day. You are such a fool, Pelantita. I'm sincerely sorry, Auntie. Even if you make 100 apologies to me, I can't fix anything, since everything has already happened. We can't go back in time and fix anything, but we can still find a solution to get everything back in shape. What do you mean you need to have a fiance? Auntie, I. Pelantita started to sob until shaken again. Don't think tears will help this time, Lady Pelantita. Princess Padmika narrowed her eyes and looked at her niece, who was bowing on her knees with cold eyes like never before. However, you must be engaged. I can't. Pelantita shook her head rapidly as if Princess Padmika's words were too irritating to listen to. Can you not be stubborn with me again? Due to Princess Padmika's voice being too cold to be stubborn, Pelantita could only accept the words with tears in her eyes. Yes, I have already looked for one. After all, it must be Lord Kuaket. Princess Padmika spoke while rhythmically tapping her index on the round table before her thinking. Auntie, why does it have to be Kunkua? Pelantita sobbed so hard that she almost lost her breath. Then what is wrong with Kunkua? He's the son of my best friend, a close official of the Vice Prince. His appearance is more outstanding than anyone else, and he's well educated, has a good family background, and looks more suitable for you than anyone else. But but I don't love him, Pelantita argued in a faint voice. Love? Princess Padmika slammed her hand against the table so loudly that Pelantita was startled. Can the person that you love the most be touched? Have you forgotten who you are? Most importantly, she's a woman just like you. Princess Padmika's face twisted with pain when she told the reason why Pelantita couldn't love was because Princess Padmika herself had repeated those words until she had memorized them in the same way. If there is another princess who is worthy, I would certainly not deny the matter of matching with you. But there was no one worthy enough when the young man had throwed and engaged. Other than that, you have to wed as a second wife, and I can't bear to allow that. Even though Khunkua has only the rank of lord, however, he's still equal to you. Your partner must be Khunkua only. But even that is not enough. At this time, Princess Padmika's voice sounded extremely decisive. You must stop from now on. Princess Padmika held her face high with pride. You don't have to take care of Princess Anil's snacks and meals anymore. I let May Koet take care of it. Hearing this, Pelantita immediately raised her head to meet her aunt's eyes. This time, her brown eyes filled with pleading. And don't spend the night with Princess Anil again. From now on, the Pine Palace is a forbidden place for you. By this time, Pelantita had been bowing down to prostrate at her aunt's feet without stopping. Auntie, Auntie, Please, Auntie. Valentita sobbed until shaken. Please don't do this to me. Please have mercy on me. If I don't see Princess Anil's face, I must have suffocated to death. Valentita fell at the feet of Princess Padmika and sobbed as if she would die. Nevertheless, Princess Padmika only raised her face arrogantly as she said in a dull voice, "Let it be known right here. I'll wait and see if you will suffocate to death in front of me or not." Okay, guys, that's it for this chapter, and I'll see you next with chapter 41. From bottom of my heart, thank you to all my new subscribers. It really means a lot. Thank you.